Hi everybody, it's Wanda. I have decided to try something and I have mixed up some really strange colors here. But I want to show you all what I mixed up. Remember a painting or two ago, I mixed cad yellow light and a little bit of cerulean blue to get a really bright green. Then on the next painting that I used that color in, I added white Anitas to it and made it like a pastel green, kind of a pearl look. Today I wanted an aqua. I did not get an aqua. I still have a green, and what I did was I added first to that pale pearly green some of the Craft Smart Frost Blue that I love, that's kind of transparent, and I put what was left of that paint in that cup in there, and it really didn't tint it very much. So then I added a squirt of Pthalo blue, and that turned it to blue. But then I kept stirring and kept stirring and kept stirring, and it went back to green again after I kept stirring it. So then I added some cobalt blue, and then it was dark. So I added some more Anita's white. So this is the color that I ended up with. And I hope you can see that in the cup. I have now placed my camera on my tripod, which is suspended from my ceiling. So we will see how this works. I have no idea. I'm just trying to do something where you all don't see all the paintings that I have over here in my basement floor that have had 2 coats of varnish put on them, and I haven't had time to put the other 2 or 3 or 4 coats on, and all the mess that I've got in here. So here's the green. It's sort of a greeny, it's pretty. It's a little darker than I wanted it, but I just didn't want to add any more Anitas to it. So that's that color. Okay, then I had the kind of a salmon pink color that I made, or salmon light peachy color that I made, taking the Anita's white, and I put a little bit of Artist Loft Orange in it, I believe, was the Artist Loft brand. So I decided to lighten it up, and when I did, I lightened it too much. And then I added a little bit of magenta, and then the magenta went really, really pink. Took it to a pink, and I didn't want a pink. So I added then some Craft Smart Orange and got it to this pretty, I think this is really pretty. It's like a melon color, like a melony cantaloupe color. It's gorgeous. And I have some Chroma Gold that was left over, just a little bit of Chroma Gold. And I hope I've got these all within halfway decent consistencies. I also have a little of, I'm not decided if I'm going to use it or not, but a little bit of the Artist Loft Black that I mixed with Anita Silver, which gave me like, it did dry almost black. It's not a deep, rich black, but it's darker than just a gray. So it came out actually when it dried pretty good. And I have some white, and that's my Louisiana paint, which is mixed 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. This is basically, I'd say 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. And I have a base coat of white on there, and it's Artist Loft mixed 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol with no water added to it. I think I'm gonna do a dirty cup, just dumping the paint in there. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do. I just want, I want some white negative space, but I don't want just streaks, because those are so hard to control. And it seems like when I layer a cup and pour it out, it never comes out looking the way I want it to look. So maybe I'll do like a dirty cup and then do some straight pours and then tilt it, put like 2 in here, 1 here, 1 here, and see what happens. So I think I'm going to start out with some white. That was quite a bit, actually. I'm going to go some of that green into that white. Maybe that'll lighten it some. I'm going to pour it down in there. Pour some of this beautiful melon color. Now I'm going to put my gold. I'm going to dump all of that gold in there. ounces for a 16 by 20, which is what this is. Oh, I'm so debating. Do I add the black or not? I wish you all were here and you could tell me. Do you want that contrast or not? I think I'll put it. Let me check my consistency here. Yeah, it seems good. A little bit from up high, but not too much. Okay. More peachy melon color. More of that pretty color. White. This ought to be more than enough paint. Because with a base coat, I don't need all that much. Now I've dribbled a couple of peachy melon colors. Looks like a couple of lumps in there. I hope not. And see what happens. Those are pretty colors. I think the black really is showing up more than I wanted it to. And it seemed like I didn't put that much in there. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna go off that edge, I think. Turn it that way. Okay, I'm not crazy about this. Let me think a minute what I want to do. Boy, that darker green right in there, really dark. Get that paint centered a little bit. Now, what am I going to do? That looks really strange in the middle, so I don't like that. This one's spread out, so it's not so bad. So, okay. I'm not liking this white down the middle. I like that better. I actually kind of like that white right in there. This almost looks like wood grain, but in various colors. So I'm going to pull that back down a little bit and let that white come down in there. La la la. I didn't know what this would do. I don't think I've done one like this. I kind of like this. So now the problem is taking the camera down and giving you all a close-up. I got some white dots coming through from my base coat. And for some reason this looks all funny. I had on gloves earlier that were old gloves that had paint on them, and I think I touched it on that corner and the paint from the old gloves came off on that corner. So I may try to cover both of these corners with some fresh paint. The only problem is this is Artist Loft, which is a matte color, and that white paint that I have mixed up is a satin. So this video is going to be long. I will take the camera down and give you a close-up now. Thank you so much for watching.